Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. The Corvette is gone. I no longer own it. I have traded it in for an orange Volkswagen Beetle. But it's not anything, it's got a turbo. Just kidding. It's right there in this cul-de-sac of my house. And welcome back to a beautiful day here in Louisville, Kentucky. So we have finally got the car all spec'd out. All the accessories are installed. So I figured now, the license plate. Look at the license plate. Hey, by the way, one of my police officer friends said if you put a red Y on the license plate that maybe you wouldn't get pulled over for felony tag manipulation. Just a felony. Not a big deal, but the car is completely done. So I figured finally we would talk about everything, every option on this car, a couple things that I like about it. And then most importantly, one thing that nobody is ever going to share with you, because I have now driven with the top off, the windows down several times, and there's a big design flaw in the car when this is off. Not even that, not even the whistle. This is crazy, ladies, you're going to hate this. So I upgraded the wheels on this car, which were $26.95. These are the black Trident wheels. $1,800 for the Michelin tires that I had to put on this because the rims do not come with tires, so that's an extra option there. The beautiful yellow calipers you see down there, those were a $5.95 upgrade. Absolutely love these calipers. When you see the yellow, the blue, and the white, and the black on this car, it absolutely looks awesome. And I now have my wrap design done. Skeppel, if you don't know Skeppel, his link's in the description below, Instagram. If you are doing anything business-wise, wrap-wise, he's the guy to do. We have the wrap done, and of course we went with the blue, white, and yellow theme. So now I just need somebody to install it. I haven't found anybody that I like for installing. So if you're somewhere around the Louisville, Kentucky area, I would say 4, 5, 6 hours. If you wrap cars, you want to wrap this, and you're 4, 5, 6 hours from Louisville, Kentucky, let me know. We'll make it happen. Of course, you guys know I've got the high wing spoiler. This is just right at $1,100. Absolutely awesome, beautiful feature to have on this car. Not too many cars have the high wing spoiler, but I'm telling you, it makes it worthwhile. When you're looking out of your digital rearview mirror, you actually see the spoiler, and it just looks so cool. It does not take up any blind spots or anything like that on the car when you're looking behind you, looking to the side, so you can merge in traffic and stuff like that. It's absolutely awesome. And then this bad boy right here and up front here, these guys were so expensive, but they're worth it. $6,000 option that I put on afterwards. I did not order these with the car because a lot of times these come into issues that your car gets constrained, so I didn't want any issues on constraints, so I wanted to put those on after the fact, and they are not on the window sticker. But for $6,000, the exposed carbon fiber ground effects, 100% worth it. Super expensive, but I love the look that this has. And so we're talking about the exposed carbon fiber ground effects. We got to talk about the interior carbon fiber. Now on my C7, which is in front, by the way, that's my daughter's car, the C7, which is in the garage right now, I spent $995 for the ground effects interior, and it really was just this up here around the dash. Absolutely awesome that I did that. Every time I get into the C7, I see that, I love it, it's awesome. Every time I get into this car, I'm looking right here, I'm looking at the driver select mode, and of course over there as well. So on the C8, this option is $1,500, 100% worth it. We'll stick with the current theme of carbon fiber. We got 2 pieces of carbon fiber back here since the top is not on. I did the exposed carbon fiber top because I mean it just looks absolutely awesome, and I also did the engine appearance package, which gives you exposed carbon fiber over those areas there. Absolutely worth it. The engine appearance package does give you these lights up here. There is no way to turn those lights on that I have found when you are driving down the road or parked somewhere. So that's been a big question. So those are only on when you lift this open. So if you're got a car show in the nighttime and you want this engine bay to be lit up, you're gonna have to do that right there to get that lit up. But those 2 carbon fiber pieces, $24.95 for the top, and then $9.95, $1,000 for those right there. Again, great pieces that I absolutely love on this car. Every time I look at it, It's absolutely amazing. The top's on more, and I see that more, but it's still worth it. I love this exposed carbon fiber top, and this is 2 pounds lighter than the standard top as well. This one ties for the cheapest option on the car, and that would be the carbon flash painted outside mirrors. This was actually an option that I forgot. And before you roast me in the comments, I build a lot of cars. I have built over 500 cars with customers, and to remember those builds is just absolutely impossible. So when I go over and I have my standard operating procedure of the build to make sure it goes to GM absolutely perfect, it's absolutely perfect when it goes to GM. There's no mistake. So when I got my window sticker, I was like, oh, I forgot I did that, because I was thinking not to spend that $100 because I was going to wrap these in carbon fiber as well, or actually get those carbon fiber mirror caps. I decided not to do those for $1,000, and most likely when I wrap my car, we'll wrap these, which is much, much cheaper. Forgot about them. They're awesome. $100. Along with the battery protection package that comes up here, that's $100 as well. So coming back here, again, it's an option you can't see, but you certainly know it's here and you can feel it, and that would be magnetic ride control. The best way for if you're looking for a car on the used car market to know that it's got magnetic ride control, open up the deck lid, look in the engine bay and see if it's got this cord right here. If it does not have this, you do not have magnetic ride control. The cars will always have this if it has magnetic ride control. That option was $18.95, and it's absolutely awesome to have in this car. The reason why you really want it, because this gives the smoothest riding possible of the car. Magnetic ride control 4 is completely different than magnetic ride control in the past. Magnetic ride control on the C7 was for track use. Magnetic ride control on this car is for street use. The roughest ride that the C8 has is the standard suspension, not Z51, but the standard suspension without Z51. So $18.95, you want the best ride, it's worth it 100%. Another item that you can't really see in the car, but it's worth it, $5,000 option, that would be the Z51 package that you see right there on my yellow caliper. So Z51, again, you don't really see it with the exception of you can hear it with the sport exhaust. It gives it the spoiler, it gives it the upgraded calipers, tires, brakes, underneath, axle ratio, stuff like that. So again, most people get Z51 in their cars the first couple years. That next model generation, like the 3rd and 4th year, people will start buying the inexpensive cars and they won't have Z51. But the only way to tell that the car has Z51 is with that caliper right there. Somebody can put a spoiler on the car, so don't always assume Z51 if it's got a spoiler. Next option, this is probably the most favorite option that people have talked about, and the hottest option that people have talked about is the front lift suspension. Now, the front lift suspension has 1,000 memory points, which is very, very awesome. But since I'm home, we'll demonstrate it, and you can see that it says the lift system is unavailable. So the reason it's unavailable is because that door is open. So what happens when I close this door, you're gonna see auto rising due to location because I'm at home, and you'll see that little guy right there. He is saying, hey, your suspension is up, so that way you know that your suspension's all the way up. So you can see that that message does disappear, and that's your indicator to know that your suspension is up or down. I'm gonna lower this suspension now. We're gonna lower it right there. It tells you that it's lowering, and you can see it's arrowed down lowering, and that suspension is not there now. So that way you know that your suspension is not up. So if you're in a parking lot or anything like that, you want to know if your suspension is up or down, simply look right up there where I just showed you and it'll be up. So it's right here. We'll push it. It'll go up and go down. It tells you that the vehicle is rising, and also it'll tell you that if you want to remember it or dismiss it. I'm not going to hit remember right now because my spot is saved right down the road there. So every time I come up here under 20 miles an hour, it pops up and I can get into my driveway with no issues. Let me show you how the suspension lifts from the outside of the car. All right, so I've already hit the button. As you see, the door is open, so as soon as I close that door, the suspension will lift. So you can see how much that moved from the wheel well. And as we come out there, you can see that's pretty high. So let me go lower it one more time. That way you can see that lower and see the distance from that right there to the ground. It's pretty sweet. Great feature. All right, so the next option is right out here on the outside, and that would be that little guy right there. As you guys know, I spent $5,000 so that I could select my VIN and get one of the earliest cars possible. VIN number 12. Yes, VIN number 12 is this car. It was the 12th car off the assembly line for the start of the regular production car. And then the last couple options are on the interior. I also, as you know, did the red engine cover. This is something, again, I did at the dealership, so that way I wouldn't have my car slowed up for a very minuscule item that I know I can get at the dealership. That's about 600 bucks if I do remember right. Absolutely awesome, because if you go over to my Instagram and check it out, I took a picture and it absolutely looks awesome at nighttime lit up. The last couple options we have are all on the inside of the car, and that would be, this is a 3LT interior trim. And really the big differences between a 2LT and a 3LT trim is the GT2 seats are standard. You have upgraded interior, so this is all really high quality leather, and I'm telling you, it's absolutely beautiful leather. And it's really nice to the touch. It feels awesome. It cleans up really well. One of the big things on the C7 is this would get kicked right here, and when you kick that, it doesn't really leave any marks, and if you do leave a mark, it was really easy to come clean rather than having the speaker grills down there. Now that is very nice hidden speaker right up here. Also, coming to a 3LT allows you to get all of the color options available, which the twilight blue and the tension blue interior. So most people think that this is a black and a blue, where this is actually a twilight blue. It's really hard to pick up on camera, but this is a twilight blue with tension blue, and I tell you, absolutely love it. Everywhere I go, people see this, they give compliments. All right, and this little $200 option I absolutely love. It's not something that's visibly seen much in the C8 as a C7. The C7, this option was right in front of the shifter knob, so it's not there. It's all the way back here, and this would be the $200 option for the custom plaque. So if the sun's not killing this shot, it says Chevy Dude along with my VIN and built in Bowling Green, Kentucky, USA. Absolutely love this. It's a really awesome thing to do to personalize the car. Chevy Dude with my VIN there. There's actually 3 available plaques back here. That one I just showed you, the standard one that shows Stingray on it, and then the third one would be when you take museum delivery, you get one signifying that you took museum delivery with the NCM logo on there. That one's really cool as well, and that one's only available at the museum for the museum delivery, and this one is only available when you do a sold order. So if you just go to the dealership and pick one up, you can't go backwards and say, hey, I need a new one. Doesn't work that way. So if you've been keeping count, I'm gonna explain and go over exactly how much this car cost me to the penny. And again, I'm not doing this to brag or be arrogant. I'm just showing you what the car is worth retail, MSRP. And then the fact of it is too, I built this car this way so that I can do content and I can show Corvette owners every single option out there. So that way, you know what you're getting, what you're not getting, how things work. I'm producing a video right now. It's gonna be like 3 hours long, maybe just 2 hours long, showing you every option, how it works inside the car. It's not something any salesman out there can do, but I'm going over every single feature and option in this car, and I did this simply so that I can do that video for you guys. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that there's this really horrible thing that happens, and it happens when the top is off and the windows are down. So what happens is the wind comes in up here and in the sides, and it goes back here and hits this, and it comes back up and shoots. Now, you guys may not know that I was, for a short period of time, about 10 or 12 years, I was really into motorcycles. I had 2 Harley Davidsons. I loved enjoying them ride. I bought my first Sportster, right? This is a $10,000 bike back in 2004, 2005, I think. And that was like my first purchase of finally getting, you know, a career, making some money, stuff like that. And so I almost want to have to wear motorcycle glasses because the wind shoots up here and gets into my glasses up here and makes my eyes water. So just be prepared for that. I don't think it's a bad thing. Nothing I ever do is going to be dissing somebody or talking bad about somebody. I'm just giving you the facts of the car. So going down the interstate at 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, that wind does come up. So ladies, yeah, your hair is going to be flying up here. So it's really like a convertible. So that's really unique and really interesting. Never experienced that in the C7 outside of the convertible because the wind just goes back there and does whatever and stays back there, right? Here it hits that glass and comes back up. So just interesting factoid of having the car now at 3,654 miles. I don't know if you caught that earlier in the video. Yep, 3,654. Pretty awesome. All right, so let's get into how much this car has actually cost me. The window sticker reads $96,160. Yes, $96,160. And then we have the ground effects, that is $6,000. Then we have the engine cover that I believe cost me 600 bucks. I can't remember, so if I'm wrong on that, I'm wrong on that. We're talking pennies when we're getting up here. And then we have $1,800 in tires on this car, which, by the way, I've just ordered another rear set. I have no idea what's wrong with these Michelin tires that they would be bald just in the backs.
Fans, hey, we ain't messing with the old model. New era, new kid, we full throttle. Just know that the come up is not a fluke. My amigos, they focus, know what to do. So that equals 104,560. Unfortunately, Indiana, just like most states, we have sales tax. So we have 7% sales tax. So we're now sitting at $111,000 for this car. Not to mention the ceramic coating and the Shield 360 paint protection spray that I've got on the entire front of this car. That puts this up to the most expensive C8 in the world. It's absolutely mind-boggling that I have it. So when I talk to you guys about overhead, this car is overhead, and I'm doing this for you guys. Listen, I'm not stupid. I know you're not stupid. I have a lot of fun in this car. I'm doing this as a business to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could throw me a subscribe, hit the thumbs up, turn all your bell notifications on, that would be so helpful to me. And tune in on every video, watch it all the way through, share it, tell your friends about the channel. That would be awesome as well. So guys, yeah, $112,000. We'll just round it up. Again, it's just pennies. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day and drive safely.